What's good, everybody? It's your boy Banco Boxing, man. Appreciate you for tapping in. If you're on my video, you know what to do, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit the bell icon button, and share it on your social media. But anyways, in this video, I want to talk about something I thought was interesting that George Foreman said. George Foreman was on Max on Boxing. I'll put the link to the Max on Boxing segment in my description, by the way. And Max Kellerman asked him had he been following the situation, the saga with AJ Ruiz. And then I'm going to play it right now so you can hear it. Let me close this door. Watch him close. All right, this is what Max asked him. This is what he had to say.
Division.
I like it.
Yeah.
And with Ruiz and AJ, of course, Anthony Joshua, that just turned boxing upside down.
Yeah.
And this guy, Ruiz, can really fight. He's always been able to fight.
Yeah.
I don't know why they took him on
notice.
second.
Yeah.
I just don't understand that. But now, if Joshua gets to watch the Muhammad Ali, Leon Spinks, number 2,
Yeah.
he can win it.
Why?
Pop, 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 hold. Pop, 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 hold. Just keep hitting and holding. 12 rounds, he'll win a decision.
Think he has the stamina to do that?
He's going to have to find the stamina because all you got to do is hold. Just don't try to punch.
What?
He's too tall. He's too far up in the air.
And his chin
to
is up,
punch.
huh?
Yeah. And this guy is accustomed to fighting nothing but tall guy. His old amateur and professional career. He knows how to fight tall guys.
AJ's a big, strong guy. And what's it like as a puncher? When you now this didn't happen to him.
All right, I'm just going to pause it because it got good. But I went and looked at Muhammad Ali and Leon Spinks too. And there's definitely a lot of holding in there. Now, will AJ be able to do that? Who knows? I'm gonna play the rest of this. I'm gonna let you guys know what else I did today, why I have my assessment of what I'm thinking right now.
Too often to you. But when you hit someone with a big shot, the way Ruiz went down, but then picked himself back up, what's that do to a puncher when he sees the guy get up from a big shot?
You know, and I was telling my son today, boxing is about management. The one time you got to fight is when you get a title shot. You got to fight then. That's nothing to protect you. The champion doesn't go away unless you beat him. And the contender that get in the ring with you, he comes to fight. So you get knocked down, you say, well, let me get up. And you don't wait for the referee to count. You get up and you fight. That's what it's like.
And you did that against, like, Ron Lyle, for example. What a fight. But I mean, as a puncher yourself, because AJ hit him with such a shot, to watch Andy Ruiz, like, rise from that must be disheartening for the puncher, right?
But that's what happened when you get to be champ. People say, look, I've come here and maybe I'll die, but I'm going to win. And that's what contenders think like that. You're not going to just knock me down and say it's all over. Put your hand down, here I come again.
Did you have to learn that against?
All right, so that's pretty much what he said about that. And I have to agree. So I actually took the liberty of rewatching AJ and Ruiz 1. And the stuff, that we found out after the fight, they said AJ possibly had a concussion. He was getting dropped in sparring and all the other stuff that was going on surrounding AJ before the fight. It kind of makes sense now when I go back and watch the fight. AJ probably had gas maybe for 2 rounds. And then after he got knocked down twice in the 3rd round, was all he wrote. Body language was bad. He wasn't very responsive, backing up a lot. He was already getting backed up by Ruiz in the get-go. And I'm looking at his mental state and all that. It didn't look like he was actually there. So, having said all that, what George said, I don't know if that's going to necessarily work for AJ, because AJ isn't a person that necessarily holds a lot. It actually is a skill to the clinch. One of the best clinchers I know right now, probably like in boxing, is like AB. He clinch a lot. It's a skill. You want to, like, prime example. So the reason why George Foreman said that, if you recall, when Floyd fought Manny, he did a lot of clinching. He'll make him stop and reset himself. Maybe hit him with keep him off with a jab. Watch Manny come in, time Manny come in. Manny's an aggressive fighter. What do you do? Clinch. When Adrian Broner fought Sean Porter. Sean Porter really aggressive. And of course this was after fighting Marcos Maidana. He clinched. He stopped all his offense every time because he clinched the whole fight. Yeah, you can excessively clinch. But I don't think AJ is going to do that. Watching off the first fight, AJ didn't use his height a lot. He didn't use his height. I could tell he did have stamina issues. He doesn't move good. Of course, his head is always there for him to get hit because he'll move his head. And Ruiz is a exchanger, and I cannot think of the phrase, but it's called when it's basically every time you get hit, you fire back. It's a phrase they use in boxing. I cannot think of it right now for the life of me. But that's the type of person Ruiz is as a fighter. And AJ possibly really, it's going to be tough because he can't necessarily try to fight him thinking he's going to do the same thing because now Ruiz has had a full training camp just like AJ. So it's going to be pretty interesting to see what AJ's adjustments are. Now, I know that AJ has been losing weight. Well, not necessarily weight, but muscle. Like he was very bulky. And that muscle is cool and all to be muscular. But if you notice, a lot of muscular people get out of breath fast because you take more oxygen to make your muscles work. And that's why you don't see a lot of bulky boxers because of that very reason right there. It has to do with stamina. Like AJ was more so built like a bodybuilder, something that didn't require extreme cardio to be good at. But so I think they said he brought in with Andrew Tabiti and Derek Chisora. So he has some different looks. Now, how many adjustments can they make for AJ in this fight? I don't know. His jab wasn't looking good that night. It was a lot of stuff that he just didn't even look good doing. If I was like doing a freaking reaction to this and we were watching the fight and I'd just be pointing out, like looking at stuff, he's not doing. Now, if he can get smarter with his punches, a better jab, stay on the outside, and not try to exchange too much with Ruiz, he could probably win. Joshua's probably not trying to knock Ruiz out because he's gonna set himself up to get hit like he did last time, and he's a shorter fighter. Ruiz is there to get hit, but he's gonna fire back. And I believe that AJ probably does have the heavier hands, but he has to learn how to mix his power up and let combinations go. Everything don't have to be powerful when he's throwing it at Ruiz. So this is not a prediction. This is just something I want to talk about since I don't talk about AJ a lot and actually about a Max Unboxing segment. But yeah, guys, that's basically kind of what I took from that. If I had to pick a winner right now, I say I still probably go with Ruiz because people saying his win was a fluke. And I know Josh could build us back. Joshua could build himself back up and dominate this man. He might be back on top, like in his peers' eyes again. Not my eyes, but everybody else. I still would have him as the third or fourth best heavyweight, especially if he wins.